Hi, I'm Michael Sutton. I'm here to talk to you today about retention and how you can turn your infrequent buyers into repeat customers. So this is a topic that has always occupied businesses and lots of thinking across many years. And the principles of actually remain the same, of retention. Firstly, if you meet customer expectations, if you give them what they're hoping to receive from your brand, they're much more likely to come back. If you maximize the value of what they're receiving from you, of your products and services, it's more interesting to them, they're more likely to recommend you. And if you enrich their experience, you can actually move and they're more likely to think about the experience they have with you the next time they're coming to think about buying again. And now specifically in travel, those principles have always been the same as with every other business. But what we see is now the two things that are coming along for us in the travel industry is that we have, let's say, lots of technology, lots of talk going and capabilities to personalize for a long time. That can mean we can do different things now. We can execute on this differently, but also at the same time, we've got the recovery from these years of COVID and from everything that's happened. Means that actually some of the techniques that we were building, some of the historical data, some of the things we depended upon to maximize retention, well, we need slightly different approaches in order to carry on and in order to maximize customer lifetime values that everybody wants to do. So what I'll show just today in this brief breakout, I'll show through a persona. So a persona that could be a customer anywhere of any airline in the world. So, but let's say our persona is Maria. To talk through different techniques we can use about retaining Maria and turning her from someone that flies sometimes with you to someone who's going to fly again and again and actually gets the value. So one of the main assets that remains true today for the travel industry is we've got big networks of partners. And in this scenario here, we could imagine that Maria would check into a partner hotel of your airline, let's say Shanghai, anywhere in the world. Now, normally that would be something that, okay, this happens every day. This happens more and more, and as travel rebounds, we'll see that through 22 happening. The key point here, though, is through the partnerships and with the evolution of technology and the evolution of partnerships, we can actually use this event to drive retention. So imagining Maria, actually, you can join the fact that Maria is checking into a partner hotel in Shanghai with the fact that just for the first time in a long time, she flew there with you. All airlines have their PNR data. You can look at that. You can generate insights from that PNR data. But one of the critical things we don't have at the moment in this scenario for Maria would be consent. In many markets now, many countries and across the EU and the US, across the world, we've got new data privacy legislation. That means we need to actually, to be able to market to Maria, to be able to promote extra value to Maria to pull her back, we need her consent. This is where a partner actually exchanging knowledge with your partner could be key. It could be that Maria's already actually a member and a high value member of the hotel's loyalty program. And actually potentially through terms and conditions with that partner, you can actually say, right, okay, can we already share some knowledge about higher tier customers? Can we actually already identify these? Can we actually perform some other techniques? This is going to be a key point now, as I said, as historical data is not really working so much anymore. It's actually someone's still there. They've retained a high tier of a hotel. They've checked in again. They're active again. Of course, for the airline, you can actually then identify them using segmentation tools as somebody you really want to target to retain. So using this data, consolidating it, is actually you can then understand your customers better and understand, okay, how do we get Maria? How do we get her to take the next step with us? So one possible thing that could be done, and it still was common before, it's been common approach now, but it's partner offers. So at this moment in time, let's say we don't have consent, you can't market to Maria, but you can have Maria in a segment with limited personal information, but you can say, right, okay, we're looking at this segment people who we know are flying, we know they're checking into your hotels in different cities, and with your partner, you could market an offer such as this. So using that and delivering an offer, we call it loyalty offer delivery here. It could be a smart move would be to actually have it with a, an enrollment offer linked to it. But if that looks like too much like lock-in, you think, okay, this is a potential high value customer, but maybe may not want to join our loyalty program already. There's still other techniques that you can deliver that. But the fact is, you start using your partner's data, you share your partner's data, and you can actually then deliver a contextualized offer. And then start to, if you can, as we'll see in the next step, if you can join that together, if you can then capture the consent on your side, you can start really gathering a holistic view of the customer. But we're not doing that just to have the famous Traveler 360. We've got to do that to actually drive retention, reduce the churn rate, increase the lifetime value. So in our scenario, Maria books her trip, she signs up. Like I said, you can actually tie it to signing up to the loyalty program. This would be perfect. Or it could be even sign up to a newsletter or giving you somehow marketing consent. There are lots of different routes to do this. It's not necessarily just about your loyalty program, but a loyalty program is the best way to do it if you can, because it's the easiest way to offer additional value. So here we've actually got an immediate redemption. Basically, you've said, okay, because you've got value from your partner, you've got the offer, then you've got a discount delivered, and it's proven time and again that actually delivering value straight away is the strongest driver for retention, because you give that little boost to your customer experience at the start. So we've used that, and actually through the discount, we've got the extra customer. We know she's high tier in our partner hotel chain. We've now got consent, all right, and we've delivered immediate value. So when we think about those retention drivers, we are here. We've done a good job so far, and as I say, we've got into the program. Now, one of the things, I'll step back. As I work on loyalty and loyalty programs all day, every day, it's my passion. But I think here it's worth saying that actually it's not just about getting customers into the loyalty program. There are techniques you can use. So if you imagine you've identified Maria as a high value prospect customer, maybe she's enrolled, but even if she hasn't enrolled, you can still take action. You can use your insights to enrich the customer experience. So in our scenario here, Maria could be running late. She calls the contact center. She says, right, okay, I'm flying with you. I'm running late. What can be done? Well, actually, if you see that this is a high value prospect customer and you really want to retain, and it's going to bring you high predictive future lifetime value that you can calculate, you can drive a next best action. In this instance, you can actually use the offline channel and say, okay, what about a meet and greet service? How about one of our team actually speeds Maria's progress through the airport as much as can be done. She makes her flight. This is the sort of enriched customer experience that Maria remembers, and it means she's going to actually have a brand preference for your airline. So that use case there, as I'm showing it, is possible today. The systems are there and we can deliver that. And if you can actually bring your insights, your omni-channel capabilities to bear, you can deliver it through online touch points, so through messaging, through contacting Maria, through extra information, but you can also still use offline touch points. You can use your contact center, use your CRM capabilities and take action. Okay. Now, the last point is in our flow here for Maria is about retention. I will flip back onto loyalty, because one of the key rules in loyalty here is about redemption. Now, if you want to meet customer expectations, let's say we've retained Maria, she's come into our loyalty program, she'll collect points, because the vast majority of loyalty programs around the world are points-based programs. Maria will then have a rising expectation of what she wants to do, because if she's going to collect these points, she's got to actually get some value from them. Now, when your customers look to use those points, when you've got high value customers, you can actually today even look at, okay, what's the points balance? You can use your insight to say, okay, what are the destinations being searched for? How does that match? You can either proactively deliver offers Or if you can actually use your customer data, the really smart move would be to see pain points and friction. And one of the frictions around points has traditionally been that I've got all these points, but I can't go to where I want because of the pricing. Now, if you can actually use that and say, right, okay, we know Maria, she's looking for a holiday to Japan. Okay, and it's going to be a balance of points that actually in the peak season is too, or in the peak season or in the coming weeks is too high, but actually going forwards, we can project them it's lower. You can actually generate offers and say, right, okay, we know you want to go to Japan. We know you want to use your points. Here you can travel and maybe get a free holiday on points, a free flight for your holiday on points, or as many airlines have now adopted, you can generate dynamic offers with things like miles and cash and say that actually, okay, you can get and be seen as, a direct discount. And if she burns those points, if you can encourage Maria to burn those points, the one rule in loyalty is redemption normally equals retention, because they've seen the value, they've realized the value, and they want to carry on, the customer want to carry on transacting again to get that value again. Now, the key takeaways from this, I will remain on the pillars for retention that have always been the same. You meet customers' expectations, maximize the value of products and services, and enrich the customer experience. In Amadeus, we have several tools in our loyalty suite that can help airlines do this. We have the Traveler DNA solution that can generate customer insights. It can do such as predictive customer lifetime value. We have an intelligent reward solution that can generate dynamic redemption rewards offers for your customers and a whole suite of products, including miles and cash, so that they can actually really see the value of what they're doing. And we have Amadeus Loyalty Management. So a full suite tool for managing your loyalty program. You can enrich the customer experience with a range of benefits that you can deliver in real time along the journey, and they can actually then ultimately stay with you. So if you'd like to talk more, I think there's an upcoming Q&A session, and please feel free to ask any question on this you would like. Thank you.